All right, we're back. And yep, working on the Biscayne again. This time I'm doing a little bit something different that I don't know. I couldn't really find anybody that did anything like this. What I'm going to do is, and I did do it by jumping wires. I'm taking the front four-light headlight system and making so on a four headlight system, this is normally the high beam, this is the low beam. These are LEDs, so the bulbs come separate from the I'll call it the filament, and you just insert whatever filament you want. I put LEDs in, but they're both high and low beams. It's just the way it's wired. This is only wired currently. This is only wired for high beam. This is low and high beam. I jumpered low beam to the low beam and made the low beams work. Now I'm going to do it right. I bought a wire harness, I guess you could say, that takes the power out of the headlight switch and runs it through, oops, don't want to look at my speaker, do you? Runs it through relays. This will be mounted up next to the radiator, and it's fused. This will plug, I haven't decided yet, but it'll get 12 volts. I believe there's a relay up at the front that, maybe the horn relay? There's a relay at the front that has 12 volts straight from the battery. I might tie into it. So that's where it gets its voltage. So what happens is you pull the switch, the headlight switch to turn them on. It will trigger, it plugs directly into this. Nope, sorry. Plugs directly into this. And it will feed the high beam, low beam, whatever is needed. This will trigger to get the high amperage instead of drawing through this switch. And these switches, I guess, I've not had a problem with it, but they say high current going through the factory headlight switch is not a real good thing, like with halogens, since they've become so popular in the last 50 years. I got LEDs, so I'm fine, but I just wanted to do this, I'll say right. I don't know. I bought a system for a 2 headlight system instead of a 4 headlight system. And the other part to make the 4 low beams work hasn't come yet. I'll call it a splitter. It'll plug into this. It'll plug into this and go off into 2. And the same with the other headlight socket. 1 plugs in here, splits off into 2. It'll power both of them, headlight, low beam and high beam headlight. Yeah, so if you have any questions about this, I don't know what car this would be made for. I don't know that it said. I got it off of Amazon. Not sure like what it was like really made for. It is a 2 headlight system, and like I said, I'll put splitters on this. It'll power them all up. And I would probably only do this if I was running LEDs. I don't know if I'd run this on, I'm not sure. You might have to get a higher amp relay. I don't know what these are rated at. I don't care because, oh, maybe it says. Oh, it's upside down. So these are rated for, I don't know. Does that say 60? I really don't have my glasses on, so I can't tell what that says. Anyway, maybe you could read it, and maybe I'll be able to read it later when I go over this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, maybe now, I'm going to try and put in a before and after photo, so you kind of get the gist of what I'm saying. Some may understand it, some may not, but you'll see the difference between the low beams and high beams. Hopefully, picture inserted here. All right, so I'm going to start kind of laying this out and figuring out where I want to put it, and we'll go from there. All right, so I've decided I'm going to put it on the passenger side. Relays should go about right here. I had this traced. Where are you? So the power lead. Oh, great. I'm sorry. The power lead will go right. Can't look. Right here. So that's a power straight from the battery. Plugs in right here. So that'll be a good power lead for it. And you know, like I said, this is LED anyway, so it doesn't draw much, but I didn't want to put it on the other side of this. So this is the power coming in, this is the power going out. This is some type of a relay, I assume. I'm not really sure. I do have my electric fan hooked up to it, and never had a problem with it, but I don't want to push it by putting an additional load on the actual relay or circuit breaker or whatever that is. So what needs to be done, I have to attach that, obviously. I'll have to hang this, connect this, but that'll probably be the last thing that I do. What I have to do is connect these two up. So the headlight will plug into the headlight wiring from the car will plug into this, and then this end will plug into the headlight. On mine, it will plug into the splitter whenever that comes, probably tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow. So let me get this done. You don't need to watch me do that. I'm going to disconnect the battery also, and I'll be back. Okay, so I don't know where I left off, but I ended up mounting the relays, and I'm not sure if I showed I plugged this in or connected this to a power right there. And then pretty much everything else, just in case I have to take this today or whatever, which I doubt, but I'm leaving everything else disconnected as far as that wiring goes, so that my headlights do work still until I get the splitter. Once I get the splitter, I'll be back. So anyway, two plugs here and here. Ground has to be run. It's this little black wire right here. That has to be run on both sides. Wiring harness gets plugged in there. I run it, this little convoluted tubing, all the way over to the driver's side, and ready to plug in. And then I have to dig at the headlights, which not a big deal, but you can see the stupid Scotch lock connectors, which I do not recommend, but like I said, I was just using it for a test. So Yeah, once I get the splitters tomorrow, I'll be back out here and hopefully finish this thing up. Thanks. All right, it's the next day. Came in the mail. What these do is they split the normal, like this would be on your headlight bulb, and you plug into that, and then it splits it into two. And now this will plug into your headlight bulb. So I'm not sure that I'm going to actually be able to show you what it looks like, but I'll try my best. So let's try it. Especially one-handed. Okay, so what I did yesterday is I got everything like attached, and aside. So underneath, let me go to this other side first. So my headlights, this is one of the plugs, and the other one is right on the headlight. If you can see it right here. That's one headlight, and then this is the other. I have two different types of headlight bulbs, like from two different companies, both LED. So what those splitters will do, apparently I dropped one. So what the splitters will do, oh, I left one back there. The splitter does is right here, I'm going to try and do this one-handed. This will plug in here. And then these two ends right here take the place of where this would plug into, where this will plug into your headlight. Okay, got it? So like I said, this was for a 2 headlight system. I have a 4 headlight system, but I wanted the low beams to be on both bulbs when I turn the headlights on. So I'll have 4 headlights at all times from the front. They won't be high beams, and I won't get tickets for them because there's so many cars out there right now that have 4 lows that, and I've asked a couple of police officers in the area and other areas, and they said as long as they're not low beam, as long as they're not high beam, I'm good to go. So what I need to do is, I'm probably not going to be able to do this like while I'm recording, is I have to pull this one over and plug it in there and plug it back into here, where on that headlight back there, and then one here. So I'll do that and come back to you. So I've got them hooked up. This is the connector for the splitter. Splitter is connected. Let me turn the light on. Splitter is connected on the headlight and to the other headlight, which is that gray connector right there. Goes into the black connector with the blue tab. So this is the left side, or the driver's side, and it's all connected. All that I need to do is run this ground, and the same with the other side. I have done the other side, but everything's like under the battery, so I'm not sure that I'm really going to be able to show you anything under there. I think you can see some connections under there, but regardless, it's the same that I just did on the driver's side. And actually, those are the old connectors for the driver's side. On the passenger side, or one of the sides, you will have to use this connector. This is the low and high beam, or the outside headlight, or top headlight, depending on the orientation of your quad headlight system. This is for the high beams, so usually the inside or the lower, again depending on how you have it hooked up. Don't mind the Scotch lock, because those things suck. Don't use them. So it's basically done, and I'm just gonna attach these two grounds, and I'll get back to you and show you what it looks like. Oops, sorry. Back. This is it's ready. I've already taken the pictures for the before and after that you saw at the beginning. So I'll just show you real quick right now. So this is low beam. It doesn't look a whole lot different, especially right now when it's light out, basically. And then I'll go to high beam. And high beam. So that's all you got to do. If you have any questions, part numbers you want, I don't know if I can give you the part numbers for the splitters, but just look for a decent, I guess mine were ceramic, so the place that the socket part that actually gets plugged into and plugs into are made out of ceramic instead of like a plastic. I should have showed you that before, but I didn't. Anyway, so just kind of look for that. I got these off of eBay. They were like 13 bucks. And the wiring harness itself I got from Amazon, and it was just under $18 plus tax. So yeah, I'm really happy. This is how it was before when I was just jumping it, and I'm just I like this setup better. Plus it's going around the headlight switch, so maybe that'll save my headlight switch. But anyway, for now I'm out of here. So get out there and work on your junk, because it ain't gonna go anywhere if you don't. Peace.